What's good, y'all? Budget TCG Bird here again. We're here with another deck profile. Shaddoll Dino. Alright. I love this deck. It's super competitive. I don't care what anyone says, this deck wins, unlike my other budget decks. So if you can, go on Amazon, buy 3 of the Shaddoll decks, buy 3 of the Dino Destructure or whatever, the structure deck, and mix them together, man, because that's pretty much what I did. I added a couple stuff to it, like Giant Rex and Giant Wrestler, but outside of that, it's pretty much all from, and then of course the extra deck is obviously a little extra cash was thrown in there, but if you don't, I mean, this deck is very viable without all that stuff. But anyway, let's start out. So first things first, we got the Shaddoll package, as I call it. Okay, double Winda, double Squamata, 1 Dragon, 1 Beast. Okay, this is it. This is the entire Shaddoll run. I don't run a lot of them, okay, because essentially they're just names, because it's a mix, okay? So I'm not trying to do too much. Obviously, Beast is a brick, so we just run 1 for draws, Dragon as well for a name. So again, all these are pretty much names. You're not really playing these cards out of your deck, like you're not normal summoning them. You're just using them for Shaddoll Fusion and for El Shaddoll Fusion and for Super Poly. Cause honestly, you know, that's pretty much it. The only time you're normal summoning, special summoning or anything like that, is when you're gonna Super Poly. Outside of that, you don't need to, because El Shaddoll Fusion will just pick them from the deck. So I feel like this is pretty much all you really need to run, to keep you from breaking, because unfortunately the reality is the Shaddoll engine's quote unquote engine is not fast. You know, you gotta flip these monsters, you gotta send them to the grave, you gotta, you know, you essentially gotta mill them, whatever. We're not doing light sworn or anything like that, we're just running dinos. So you do have cards to pit to throw stuff into the grave and stuff like that, but essentially what you want to use this for is for your Shaddoll Fusions. And then you would get off effects, obviously, so draw 1 card, destroy a spell, dump another one into the grave, and then special summon, you know, stuff like that. But outside of that, you're not really using that. It's just, again, just for like an extra deck. Next thing we got is the Dino pack, which is double UCT, OPS, Ever, Oviraptor to get your plays going, 3 miscellaneous, and then the one-ofs. Okay. UTC is obviously self-explanatory. That is a ridiculous card. Okay, store 1 card in your hand, flip everything, attack it, deal 1,000 damage. Super OP. Oviraptor to get stuff into the graveyard to be able to summon him. Same thing with Miscellaneousaurus. Okay, Miscellaneousaurus combo with Giant Rex, get another special summon to your side of the field, and obviously, you know, Pancreatops, you know, it's basically just a Cyber Dragon you can summon to the field. I only run 2 of these. Any more than that, it's a brick, because I would hate drawing into these things. So this way I don't see them. It does suck though, because if they are in your hand, if they're both in your hand, you pretty much screwed this over. But I mean, you can work around it. It's just, you shouldn't have to. The last card here is a proxy. It's Jurak Aeoli, the tuner one. It's a level 1 tuner. Essentially, it's what you use to get out. I'll put a picture here so you see it, but essentially, it's what you use to bring out your Trish. Okay. Besides that, there's really no other usage for it, because that's one super monster you run in the extra deck. But yeah, that's what that last card would be. And, you know, if I had it, I would. Well, I do have it. I ordered it. It's just, you know, the mail system is horrible this time of year with everything going on, and on top of that, you know, it's holiday season. So, 3 Ash, self-explanatory. You know what it does. Stops your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When he's playing too much Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so the Shaddoll spells, Shaddoll Fusion, El Shaddoll Fusion, and Super Poly. The reason I only run 2 of these, I don't run a lot. I may cut it down to 1, just because I sometimes don't like seeing it, because this is pretty much just a polymerization, but from your hand and feel cool, whatever. It's nothing crazy. So you know what? I'm cutting it to 1 right now. I'm in fact throwing this away because I already had 41 cards in the deck with Upstart, so 40. So now I have 39. So this is gone. This is no longer in the deck. Just convinced myself, because again, if you got the cards in hand, cool. But if you got 2 of these, no. Okay. Super Poly, obviously, get rid of those big boards or problematic monsters, and then Shaddoll Fusion, which, again, from your deck, you wanna go second with this deck a lot, especially if you draw this, because then you can actually pop something out with it. So, but those are basically like the fusions. I'm gonna run some combos with this to kind of give you an idea how it works. So that's for Shaddoll. Back to dinos. Okay, Lost World, Terraforming, Double Evolution Pill, and then Fossil Dig. Okay, these are again part of the Dino engine. Double Evolution Pill, beautiful in this deck because you got your dolls and you got dinos. So this is beautiful. You're gonna get it off. You're gonna get UTC on the field. Boom, you're good. Terraforming for Lost World to boost up your dinos. Does kind of screw over your Shadolls, but depending what side of the deck you're playing at that point, Lost World does come in handy. And then Fossil Dig, super awesome card. Searches your stuff out. So essentially, it's the 3 OV Raptors right there. So it's great. So that's what we run. And then lastly, the last 3 cards from the deck we run: Monster Reborn, Upstart, and Foolish Burial. You know what these cards do. Don't need to explain them. And if you don't know what they do, pause the video when I put them on there and read the effects. Extra deck. 2 constructs. Okay. She wrecks. You know what construct does. I'm gonna just put down the Shaddoll quote unquote engine. Boom. So these are the Shaddoll monsters we run. This guy right here, this is a substitute for a really expensive card that I'm forgetting, that I'll see a lot of profiles having, but I forget what it is, but that's why I run that. I had an extra slap. I like his effect. You can negate some of something as long as you destroy a card, so it's pretty cool. Fire Monster would be your miscellaneous source, so it works perfectly. So I really like him. I like to summon him more than often. And then Window obviously stops your opponent from special summoning more than once. All the other ones are kind of named, especially these 2. I haven't found a moment where I really use them, but I'm sure I will. But Construct is beautiful. I love her. She does really great things for the deck. So Trish, that's why we run the Jirok Aeoli. I'm pretty sure it's not Aeoli, but that's why you summon that, because you got 2 4s and then 1, boom, 9. Trish is coming out. So I love it. Super awesome card, and I got him in Dual Devastator. So seriously, guys, pick that up. Xyz. Generic Xyz or Tornado Dragon Abyss Dweller for your spells and traps. Just in general, any graveyard effects. And then the Evil Sword package. I'm probably gonna get 1 more of these. Super awesome card. He's really awesome too, but it's 2 instead of 1, so you get more out of this long term. So I may pick up another one of this and then run the 2-to-1 ratio. Probably sub something out. Cross Sheep and Boral Sword. Spicy Tex, quote unquote. Really cool card. I'm still trying to work on the combos and stuff like that, but super awesome card. And then, we know what these do, so. And then lastly, another proxy, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because again, the males is horrible, and 2 dark monsters, you run a lot of dark monsters in the deck, so Super Poly works with that, or whatever other stuff you have in the field. But yeah, super awesome card. Special summon takes the attack points and stuff, so great card. Again, don't really use it, have to. UTC in himself is strong as hell, so you don't find yourself doing bringing out much here outside of like those guys. But anyway, I'm gonna give you a small combo starting hands to kind of give you an idea of how the deck runs, and then that'll be it for the video. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. What's up, guys? Welcome to Khan Academy for Shaddoll Dinos. So we're gonna start out with some test hands, kind of see what plays we can come up with, all right, and go from there. So this is our opening hand already. We already got a UTC, all right, but we're gonna try and extend ourselves. So first thing we're gonna do is activate Fossil Dig, okay, and we're gonna add ourselves an Oviraptor. You know what I mean? Oviraptor puts in work, guys. Great guy. Really does a lot of stuff. Great for the community. Grave. Alright, now we got Oviraptor in our hand. Look at all that stuff we got. We got Joy, Spring, Miscellaneous, and we got Double Evolution Plus, so we can already bring stuff out, but we're gonna wait for a second. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bring Soul Eating Oviraptor to the field. So now he's on the field, we're gonna activate his effect. And we are going to add actually no, we're gonna send a Giant Rex to the graveyard. Probably wondering, wait bro, why would you send Giant Rex to the graveyard? Why would you send Giant Rex to the graveyard? You know, like, well, let me show you why. Because we got this guy right here. So we're gonna activate Double Evolution Pill, and you guys know what he does, okay? Hand or graveyard. So we're gonna send Wendy and Giant Rex. We're gonna banish them from the game. You know, they're not even here no more. Check this out. And now we're gonna bring out UTC from the deck. So now we got UTC on our field. The UTC is on the field, okay? We're not done yet, guys. We're not done yet, alright? Because the next thing we're going to do is activate Giant Rex's effect. See, he got banished. So now that he's banished, he gets special summons to the field because that's his effect. That's what he does. So we're going to do that. Put this in the graveyard so our opponent doesn't yell at us. Okay, so now we got a UTC, Giant Rex overlay. Okay, what are we going to bring out next? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Honestly, you could bring out a cross shape at this point, but I mean, we don't need to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring out our Evilsaur Dorka on the side of the field. Alright. And we still have a hand trap in our hand and Miscellaneous Swords in our hand. So now when it's their turn on their main phase, we're gonna dump Miscellaneous Swords to the graveyard to protect him, at least for the main phase. Okay. And then we also have a hand trap to stop anything that he wants to do. So we ended our first turn with Miscellaneous Swords in hand, Evilsaur to kind of start interrupting them, and then UTC. Here's the nice thing about UTC, okay, is we have two things going on here. You could dump and protect, or if he starts doing too much and you're not really liking it, you could pitch this guy to the grave, send it to the grave. He flips everything. So now whatever plays they were about to do, link summoning, all that stuff, done, taken care of. So, you know, again, super powerful card. And that was us going first. You know, we can do another scenario where we're going second and kind of see what happens. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna pretend we're going second. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's our turn. Draw. Okay. So we got 5 cards in our hands. So this is a pretty horrible hand, but then we drew. Alright, the worst hand possible. But yeah, let's see what we can come up with. So first thing, obviously we're gonna do Fossil Dig to add Miscellaneous Swords to our hand. Okay. So now Miscellaneous Swords is in our hand, okay? Activate his effect, so we're going to send him to the grave off of that. Normal summon Oviraptor, activate his effect, right? We're going to send to the graveyard. Giant Rex. Okay. Then we're going to have to Miscellaneous Swords' effect, so we're going to banish these two guys, right? And we're going to special summon. Find it. Okay, where is he? Oh, it's in my hand. Oh. Yeah, it's in my hand. I forgot. Oops. So see, that's an instance where only having one of each would sucks. But it is what it is. So we'll send Baby Source to the graveyard, or not, we'll special summon him, sorry. And then since Giant Rex was banished, we'd special summon him. Okay, and then activate Overraptor's effect to pop him. Okay, special summon another level 4 monster, or dino to the field. There's not much, so I guess we'll just bring another Overraptor to the field, honestly, or whatever. And then off of that, so we have left in our hand. Okay, so we still don't have any Shaddoll monsters. It is what it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna overlay because we don't have much to play here. We're gonna bring out Evasolagio since we're going second. And then that's pretty much all we can do for this turn. You could either swing, so he has 22, he has 24, so you could swing if they don't have something that's too strong. If not, you would have to pass. So let's say they do some crazy, you activate the effect. So these two are in the graveyard. Let's say they battle the Destroy Giant Rex. Okay, Evil Sword still on the field. Let's say that happened. Okay, so let's say it's our turn. Draw. No, that's not good. So still can't activate any Super Poly. So at that phase, we would probably just summon Oviraptor to our side of the field and probably call it a day. Because even if we banish something, it's not gonna go well. But yeah, I mean, there's not, again, there was nothing in that hand, so that was probably one of the worst hands I've ever drawn. 2 poly, to be serious. Come on. But even so, we're still able to get like an Evasolagio on field, kind of, you know, interrupt the play to here. Would have been nice if we had an Ash or something in our hand, but I guess not. So let's try one more test hand, see what happens. Hopefully we don't end up with such a brick hand. Alright, so again, we're gonna assume we're going second here. We're gonna draw. So boom, see this is a beautiful hand right there. So the first thing we're gonna do is, since they have assuming they have a special summon monster on the field, which is probably already happened, we're gonna activate Shaddoll Fusion. Okay, and the first things we're gonna dump are Wendy and where is he? And Beast. Okay, I'm sorry, no, yeah, Beast, and you know what? I'm okay with that because I already have one in my hand, so I'm gonna send him and Conductor to the field, to the graveyard. You're probably wondering, whoa, bro, what are you doing? Well, as you know, if you know, if you don't know, then you don't know. But anyway, Construct to the field because UTC is a light monster. So that's the nice thing about this card, like I was mentioning before, is you guys can just summon stuff straight from your deck. So now that we have them, okay. Constructs on the field. So constructs are in the field, we're in a big plus. We haven't even used our what's it called, so we're good. So if there's anything to do is we have to Fossil Dig, okay, to add Miscellaneous Source to our hand. Okay, so that's good there. And then the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna normal summon Oviraptor, activate his effect to dump our wonderful friend, the Giant Rex to the grave. Okay, always go for Giant Rex. And alright. And then we're gonna activate Miscellaneous Source. So we're gonna banish these two. Special summon Petrie. I call him Petrie to our side of the field. Alright. I love Petrie from Land Before Time, if you know that reference. Haha. Anyway, activate Soul Eater, pop. So this guy just got blown up. And then of course, my fault, Giant Rex comes because he was banished. So now we can add special summon a 4 or higher. So Pancreatops is going to come to the field. Okay. And then we're going to overlay these two to bring out, depending on the situation, if they have spell and trap stuff and you want to get rid of it before attacking, Tornado Dragon is probably the first you want to go to. If not, Evil Sword Dokla, especially depending on the monsters they have on the field, so you can at least get rid of like any interruptions they're going to do. For example, if they got a Crystal Wing and negate it. This is your crystal wing out, essentially, if anyone even plays that anymore. But anyway, as I was saying, but guess what, guys? You have 2 dinos in the graveyard, so we're not done. We're gonna banish 1, 2, and now we got a UTC on the field. So, off of that hand, that was absolutely incredible. Look what we got. And I messed up because I should have used terraforming to bring out Jurassic World, but it is what it is. Although I will suggest if you are playing a real game, be more focused if you see stuff in your hand, because I totally messed up on this. I should activate that and they would have filled up their locations with stuff. I had to use this effect a little more. But anyway, but essentially, yeah, look at the board you ended up on going second with this. Essentially it's an OTK because you activate this effect, guess what? You destroy 1 card in your hand, so screw it. Destroy terraforming. You just flipped all their stuff. So you attack everything, and then 24, 26, 28, on top of whatever damage this guy did, is an OTK. You just won the game. So, yeah, guys, like I said, this is a super awesome deck, super competitive, really does stuff. I've been testing it on Dueling Book. It's doing pretty well. Probably post some footage of that, because I enjoy playing with it. But yeah, basically, that's the entire deck, guys. So, definitely gonna be using this from now on. But super budget, super fun, and I didn't really have to spend too much on this, and it does everything I need it to do. So yeah, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to email the email that's on the account. Leave comments, like, subscribe, and spread the word. You know, we're here to have fun. So, yeah, arigato.